Hi, we're Jordan and Emily, an Australian couple spending the next 5 months exploring Asia. After kicking off our journey in Bangkok and cycling through the ancient wonders of Sukhothai, we've jumped on a bus to Chiang Mai. Today, we're making our way further north to Pai, a hidden gem nestled in the mountains of northern Thailand. This small town is famous for its stunning natural beauty and laid-back vibe. If that's not enough, we'll be showing you what the iconic bamboo bridge is like completely alone before ending our time at one of the best places to eat in Pai. But first, we have to get there.
If you want to do the journey yourself, you have to come to Terminal 2 or Arcade 2 bus station. There is a shop front out the front that is selling the tickets. They go every hour on the half hour, but if you get here 10 minutes before one's due to go, like us, there is a chance you're not going to get on board. We actually have to wait in this terminal for 3 hours and then probably get sick on the ride up.
Our friends Ash and Kels warned us of how bad this bus ride is. I think I read online that there is 760 maybe turns and wiggly wormies. I normally wouldn't be scared, but when we travelled Colombia and the roads were really windy like that, I got quite car sick. So we have taken the preventative measures today. We've each taken motion sickness tablets and we have a plastic bag with us just in case. We're definitely on this one.
Yeah.
That bus ride actually wasn't too bad. I think I felt the sickest of everyone on board and I didn't throw up. Yay!
If you're thinking about doing the bus ride yourself, a couple of tips. I think try and book in advance if you can, just to save you waiting around in the bus station all the time. Do think about having seasickness, or what do they call it?
Motion sickness?
Motion sickness tablets, because we didn't get sick, but maybe that's because we did use them. The van stops a bit over halfway through for like a lunch break, and then it gets really crazy and really windy. So if you're feeling sick when you stop for lunch, that's when you need to take some tablets. Also, try and sit on the left side of the bus because the view's left on the way up, right on the way down.
We were on the right.
We were.
Oh, was the left better?
Emily was asleep. All the views were on the other side. But before we settle in or go out for the night, really quick room tour because it is stunning.
One thing about 2024, Jordan and Emily, is we have matured, and so too the channel is maturing with us. It's a How About Your Mother reference. We are still budget travelers, but we're definitely scooching up the mid-range. We value comfort and ease a lot more than we did in year one, which is why we're paying for things like eSIMs, getting nicer hotels that are a bit more comfortable, but still budget friendly. Like, this isn't breaking the bank, but look how gorgeous this is. It's air conditioned, which I feel like year one Jordan and Emily didn't have. They have a little welcome home made out of leaves. The bathroom is stunning. I cannot wait to have a shower. We're looking out onto the pool. I wish we were here for longer than 2 nights. A fruit plate, some coffee, a mini bar. God, you really can't go wrong. Do you see all the koi? There's like one giant one. I think it was bigger than me. It's actually quite a bit later than we were hoping to get into Pai. We wanted to get the 10:30 bus, which would have meant we were here about 3 hours ago. So it's already coming up to dinner and sunset time. So I think we're gonna go for a walk, try and find somewhere nice for sunset, and then get something to eat.
So we just finished walking the Pai Street. Very, very interesting place. We saw on the board before we leave our hotel, people were pinning favorite things to do here. And one of those things was go to sunset at a place called Two Huts. So we just spoke to the next taxi driver we saw and now we're on our way to Two Huts. I am a little bit worried because it looks like it's gonna rain. Slash, already has kind of started.
There's a lot of people here. Is definitely hostel vibes. Like, there's a slack line, there's people playing volleyball and soccer, people painting. If this was a hostel backyard, I wouldn't be surprised. We've treated ourselves to a couple of beers. We were hoping the sunset would be better, but it's very cloudy. And now it's time for dinner.
we've only had one afternoon in Pai, but I can see exactly why it's such a hotspot for tourists. It's such a cute little town, but there is so much to do here, and fantastic restaurants and amazing walking streets and stacks of stuff to do, some of which we are going to get to tomorrow, but for tonight, it's bedtime.
Today is our one and only full day in Pai, and we really want to make the most of it. There's some epic things you can do here, like the Pai Canyon, a bamboo bridge. Unfortunately, I think the chance of rain today is about 50–60%, so we've got to figure out what we want to do with a chance of rain, if that makes sense. Like, I would love to do Pai Canyon if it was guaranteed not going to rain, but it's not. So what do we do?
So Pai is a very, very small town, but it's probably one of the most dense places with tourists, and that's because there's about 2,000 to 3,000 residents here, but it gets about 200 to 300,000 tourists every single year. So there is, on average, 100 times more tourists than there are local people here. And it's evident, they're everywhere, including us.
So it seems like one of the most popular, if not the most popular way to get around in Pai is to rent a motorbike, which sounds so much fun. But if you know us, you know that that's not a good idea. So unfortunately, we're having to pay a little bit more for transfers in cars.
I think we're gonna call up our same taxi driver from yesterday and get to this bamboo bridge. Looks really cool. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
You want me to message him? About a half hour and we'll be at the bamboo bridge.
Okay, you walk inside, right hand. Yeah, I wait here.
I know that this car was 5 times the price of renting a motorbike for the entire day, but we never would have made it up here. That was such tight gravel roads winding through all of these tiny villages and jungles that were just littered with cafes and restaurants and zip lining, ATV tours, everything you can imagine. It was a bit hectic.
I will say it's clearly evident that we messed up. Only having one full day in Pai is certainly not enough. I think you could probably spend a week here if you like space the activities out. There is just so much to do for such a small town. Sounds like we're on the Pai tourism board. I promise we're not. It's a pretty cool place.
Cost 30 Thai baht entry, which neither of us considered how much it would cost to come on the bamboo bridge because it is just a bridge, but I believe your entrance fee goes into maintaining it. Thank you. Also, she gave us an umbrella just in case it rained.
For some reason I thought the bridge was going to be really sturdy, but at the end of the day it's made out of bamboo slats, so there's a lot of give and a lot of bounce. But this is beautiful. This reminds me a lot of Sapa in Vietnam.
Definitely hot tip is to get here as early as you can. I'm not too sure what time it opens. We were here around 9 AM. It's about an hour has passed and we've just seen a tour bus roll up, so there's about to be a lot of people here. But we've had the entire bridge to ourselves this whole time. It's also way longer than I thought it would be. Our taxi driver asked us if we wanted to stay for about 2 hours and we were like, oh, probably like an hour. It's just a bridge after all. There's so many things here. There's water buffalo. We're walking over rice paddies next to rivers, past temples. It's just stunning. Tells me that the bamboo bridge is about 600 meters long and it ends at this temple, which is stunning. It's not like any temple I think we've seen before. There's a shrine here with all of these rocks, and then the outside of the gazebo has all of these wooden little plaques on it. It's really unique, I like it.
Emily and I are in agreement that if you are in Pai and you're looking for something slow and peaceful and tranquil to do, get up early, come to the bamboo bridge.
I just feel so reconnected with nature. All you can hear is the insects and the river flowing past.
Step.
The gentle creak of the bridge beneath you.
And the jingle of the dogs.
Puppies. Ding, 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 ding. But the day is not over. We're headed to the White Buddha.
Our plan was to get our driver to drop us off at the steps to get up to the next stop, which is going to be the White Buddha, but he pretty much said no, not without paying him more money. So it's only a half an hour walk, but we're walking there now.
Looks pretty far away.
Tipsy tubing is also massive in Pai. We're not currently in season for it, but we're almost certain that this is the river that everyone tubes down with unlimited drinks. I've seen some photos online of it, and it is insane how many people come here and do this. The whole river is just black with tubes and littered with people.
I'm quite sweaty, but that wasn't really that bad. The issue is we've only just arrived at the start of the temple, and I believe that there is 360.
Yep.
And I believe that there is 600 and, oh damn it, maybe I am tired.
There's about 300 steps to the top. If you drive, there is a significantly easier way that gets you much closer to the top and much easier on the legs. Obviously we didn't drive, so we have this.
Reframe that mind. We get to do this because we're fit and strong. I'm very tired. Take in how sweaty I am. All of those steps, if you drive, you can miss. I'm pretty sure that doesn't count in the 363. I think that is the 630.
Wow.
I can't do it. It hasn't been super kept up or like restored, so there's all these old trees growing out of it and cracks. I really like it. Plus you get an amazing view of Pai.
Yeah, come up here for the view, to be honest. Yeah. The big white Buddha on a hill is described perfectly in its name. But the view is what you're here for. Half an hour walk back to the hotel, and then I reckon we get to check into our new room.
This is so cool. It feels very much like a Bali, Fiji villa. It doesn't feel like a hotel at all. It's like we're on our own. We have a gorgeous main bedroom. I'm sure the bed is unbelievably comfortable yet again. Heaps of amenities, a nice couch, but look how big this is. We do a cartwheel in here. That's a huge bathroom and a huge shower. Crazy. Now it's time to freshen up before we get breakfast. Now it's time to freshen up for the walking street.
It's actually on every single night in like the summer months where it's not raining, but in rainy season it's only Fridays and Saturdays, but it happens to be Friday night. So before we get dinner, I think we're gonna find somewhere to get a beer maybe. I believe at about 6 o'clock it becomes fully pedestrianised, but right now it's very much not.
It's definitely not all set up yet, like it's just getting there, but Pai is such an eclectic town. If you wanted something, you could probably get it here.
The hunt for a bar didn't last too long because we saw 3 dogs wrestling each other at the entrance to one, and that obviously took precedent.
For dinner, we have come across the road from our hotel to a restaurant called Limoncello. I think this is quite a new restaurant in Pai. It is Italian, because I want pasta. Okay, this might be the thing I was looking forward to the most. which might sound ridiculous because it is Italian food. Jordan went for like the house pasta, the lemon one, and I went for a beef ragu, but we're gonna split it. That is incredible. It's like perfectly al dente. And I know that I suffer from recency bias, but it tastes better than the pasta we had in Italy. What a way to end our time in Pai. I wish we had longer here. There is so much to do and it's so spread apart. I wish we could spend a week here. I feel like that would be a good amount of time. But we need to make it back to Chiang Mai in time for the Sunday walking market.
Your big switch. They're very cool. Are you the cutest? I think so.
I feel like I've just gotten out of the shower. That's how sweaty I am.
Yeah.
The big white temple, oh, nope.
Oh, you can actually
That was disgusting.
That's gross.
Someone's having a fun morning.
All night.
Oh.